Well, July's over, so you know what that means. It's review time. So I got 10 titles here to share with you guys. Most of them are good, some of them are kind of duds. They could have been better than what they were. So I'm going to start off with this 1986 Sam Raimi film, written by him and the Coen brothers. And that is a spoof noir called Crime Wave. Basically, this is like I just said it was. So you get this businessman hires these two idiots right here to basically kill his business partner. They work at a burglar alarm company, but then his wife finds out that, or witnesses the crime, and she becomes their next target. And then they want to frame this nerd guy for the crime. And it's a little over the top, cheesy comedy crime thriller from the late 80s, mid 80s. Bruce Campbell's in here. He plays a detective. He's kind of dumb. But yeah, it's not bad. It's just kind of cheesy. If you like the cheesy like comedies of the mid to late 80s, you'd enjoy this. You get commentary with Bruce Campbell, trailer, and interviews on here. You get the Blu-ray and the DVD inside. This particular release is from 2013. I recommend checking it out if you're into that kind of thing. Next up was a fun anthology, Tales from the Dark Side from 1990. 93 minutes. It's got three stories and one wraparound story. So the wraparound story is Debbie Harry's character. She plays a witch. She kidnaps the paper boy, and so he distracts her by telling her stories from this book, which are the stories on here. And then at the end, she's preparing dinner. She's gonna cook him and eat him, but he knows this, so he's trying to trick her, and he ends up tricking her, and she becomes the one that's cooked at the end. But the three stories that he tells her are Lot 249, which has to do with a mummy. Steve Buscemi's character, once he's a vengeful college student, so he wants to teach his student body a lesson in terror. So he resurrects this mummy and he takes care of business. That one has Julianne Moore and Christian Slater in it. Cat from Hell is about a cat that cannot be killed even if it has 9 lives. That one had David Johansen and William Hickey in it. And then Lover's Vow is about a stone gargoyle coming to life to commit murder. And I believe, James Remar's character is the one that witnesses it. So the gargoyle says, if you tell anyone, I'm going to kill you. If you don't, I will give you the best life you'll ever live. Which he doesn't tell anyone. And then he meets Ray Don Chong's character, and they fall in love, and then they have children and everything. And then one day he decides to tell her what happened. That was a mistake, because his wife turns into the gargoyle and says, you told me you'd never tell. And then things happen, and so I enjoyed this. This has got stories from Michael McDowell, which was based on a Sir Arthur Conan Doyle story. Cat from Hell was written by George Romero, based on a short story by Stephen King. And then Lover's Vow, actually, hang on a second here. Yeah, Lover's Vow was written by Michael McDowell. So, fun movie. Definitely recommend you guys check out that anthology. Next one is a revenge movie called Prison from 1988, directed by Rennie Harlin. Basically, it's about this man who was executed for murder. Charlie Forsyth returns seeking vengeance from the brutal guard Ethan Sharp, who was aware of his innocence. Yeah, it's a fun little revenge movie. Supernatural. You got Viggo Mortensen in here. You got Kane Hodder's in here. Lane Smith. This is it's a fun little revenge movie. I dug it. Next one is like the best one in the stack here. From 2000, we have Crime and Punishment in Suburbia with Monica Keena, Vincent, Kartheiser, James DeBello, Michael Ironside, and Ellen Barkin. This is a heavy subject. So this girl is not living her best life. Her parents, well, her mom and her stepfather are not getting along. Their marriage is falling apart, and she knows this. She's in high school. She's about to graduate, I believe. So, and she has this boyfriend, played by Vincent. He's not the best. She should be dating somebody else. He's not. He's bad news. He's on the football team. He's a meathead. So his mom goes out to a bar with one of her female friends, and they're talking to the bartender, and he gets a little too friendly, and then they start something there. Stepdad finds out that he lied to her, so he goes out and sees that she's having a date with him at an ice cream place, so he like goes off on her. He and the bartender get into a little fight, and they both get arrested for causing a scene. And then I guess the bartender gets in jail for a little bit, and then they let the other guy, the stepfather, go. He gets drunk. She goes home. Stepdad takes advantage of her, abuses her, and I don't want to say the S word, but yeah, in that kind of manner. And she doesn't tell her mother anything about it, so she comes up with an idea. To her and her boyfriend are going to commit murder. They're going to kill her stepfather. And well, the reason James DeBello's character, he's like obsessed with her, or like he just watches everybody in the neighborhood, and so he's like watching her the whole time. He's a little weird. He's not like, he doesn't kill anybody or anything. He's just a little like, nosy. So she comes up with the plan. They take care of business. They leave the house. Her mom comes home and sees that her husband is dead. She calls the police. They think she did it because of what happened earlier in the night. So she goes to jail. She doesn't say anything, but then she comes clean and says, Mom, I killed him because he did this to me. So Mom gets out of jail, and then she gets thrown in jail. And yeah, I enjoyed this movie. I definitely enjoyed the music too. It's got a lot of like 90s alternative music in here, and then the movie ends with a Modest Mouse song that I enjoyed. So definitely check this one out if you guys like, late 90s, early 2000s, like thriller, like crime thrillers, coming of age type movies. Next, we have a film that I thought I was going to enjoy. It was okay, but it could have been a hell of a lot better. This is The Dead Girl in Apartment 3. Got different artwork underneath. This is a Wild Eye film. Now, it's not that bad of a Wild Eye movie. I've seen it a lot worse. But the reason why I bought this is because it has Adrienne King in it from the original Friday the 13th. But she plays a detective. She doesn't actually play like a final girl. So so it's about this girl who recently moves to New York City. She's living in an apartment with a roommate. She finds out that her roommate has died in the apartment under mysterious circumstances. This has to do with like cults and like paranormal signs and stuff like that. So once they take the body away, the girl Still feels like a presence in the apartment. She's talking to the two detectives, Adrian King and what the hell's the other dude? I forget the other guy's name who plays the male detective. I even kind of forget who was actually behind all the killings. But they think that this one dude was doing it. I think I fell asleep toward the end of the movie, but you know, it wasn't really holding my attention for that much. So I'm glad I only bought this for a couple dollars during like an MVD sale. So, you know, will it stay in the collection? I don't know. It's kind of teetering, but I didn't like this one as much as the other films in this stack. This one I loved. This one definitely recommend it. This is a horror comedy called Eat Brains Love. I reversed the cover art there. This is a Gunpowder and Sky release. It did have a DVD release when this came out in 2019. This is a fun zombie comedy film. Kind of like, I wouldn't even compare it to Shaun of the Dead or anything like that. This is a totally different movie. This is directed by Rodman Flender, who did Idle Hands. So, and Zombieland as well. So you guys enjoyed those films, you would enjoy this one. So it starts out on a random day. They're in high school, lunch hour, and then just all of a sudden, what's her name? Jake Stevens, he's a stoner, and the cheerleader Amanda Blake, they decide they just start eating people. So there's like a little backstory here. Certain people are supposed to be zombies. They don't know that they're zombies until they just randomly find out that they are. And then there's these other people who are hunting and killing the infected. So, but these two are out trying to find like a antidote to cure their disease. And this girl named Cass, this girl right here, she's hunting them down. She's with like not the FBI, like some sort of agency. They're out to take care of all the infected. But she's a little different though. She's like, she doesn't want to kill people. She wants to find a cure for them, but that's not what her agency wants to do. So she's kind of like rebellious against them. But yeah, it's a fun movie. I definitely recommend it. So you have Jake Cannavale plays the guy who plays Jake is Jake. Amanda is played by Angelique Rivera. I liked both of them. Sarah Yarkin plays Cass. So I enjoyed this movie. It was only 86 minutes, but I really had fun with it. Definitely recommend it. Does have it's just a Blu-ray. It does have a nice little insert in here as well, and it does have a couple Valentine's Day cards here. So Jake says, "You stole my heart," and then Amanda says, "I love you means never having to say you're hungry." And they have these little like Valentine's Day things on the back. So I thought that was kind of cute. Special features, there's an interview with Rodman Flender and then the two leads. I think this was filmed during the pandemic, so they're on Skype or whatever. So the quality of the interviews are not the greatest, but yeah, I enjoyed it. Highly recommend it. On the back it says, "If I told you last week we were going to turn into cannibal zombies, what would you have thought?" Next, I watched this because I was bored. I enjoyed it though. This is the Bikini Car Wash Company. I watched the first one. I didn't watch the second one. Just wanted to get the first one out of the way. If you guys like sex comedies from like the 80s, early 90s, this is from the early 90s, you'd enjoy it. Basically, it's about this guy played by Joe Dusick, his uncle is going away for to have surgery or something, so he needs to take over the car wash until he's back. And these girls who are on the beach take advantage of him. They want to raise money for, I forget what exactly they're raising money for, but they end up saving the car wash, and they walk around pretty much topless. There's a lot of fun times going around, if you know what I mean, throughout the whole movie. You see a lot of nudity, mostly female frontal, and female, whatever. Yeah, it was fun, I guess. I need to check out part 2, but part 2 doesn't have the lead guy in it. It's just like the same girls are in it, but the lead actor in the first one's not in the sequel. So 1992, rated R, obviously, directed by Ed Hansen. Comedy. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'll watch part 2 eventually. I went ahead and checked out Hell of a Summer from 2025. 88 minutes. A lot of people hate this film or didn't really care for it. I thought it was okay. It doesn't change the genre at all. The only thing I didn't like about it was like most of the kills were off screen. So this was written and directed by Billy Burke and Finn Wolfhard, and they're both in the film. So obviously, Finn from Stranger Things, and then his buddy Billy Burke. They're both in the film. They don't play like the main character. They play like the two of the camp counselors. But your lead guy here is Fred Heckinger. He plays a 24-year-old camp counselor. He's been going to camp for like 8 years, I think. 6 or 8 years, something like that. And basically, people are getting slaughtered in camp, and they don't know who the killer is, but they think it's him, but it's not. It's somebody within the group, or more than one person in the group killing people because they're bored and they want to be famous. Which is kind of stupid, if you ask me, but I mean, it was all right. I didn't mind it. When I watch it again, sure, if I'm bored, I'll put it on. I was entertained. All right, 2 more. Not the best. So I was bored, and I just threw in this bootleg that I had, but I was gonna watch Sweet Home, but it was in Japanese, and I don't think it had subtitles. I was like, I don't want to watch it, so I switched it over to Welcome to Arrow Beach. It has Meg Foster, John Ireland, Lawrence Harvey, Joanna Pettit, and Stuart Whitman in it. I think it's from 1974, 73. I don't remember. Basically, it's about Meg Foster's character. She is a hippie. She left Connecticut to go to California. She's a hitchhiker of sorts. So in the beginning of the movie, she gets picked up by this random guy in a Jeep. He's crazy. He's high on crack. And he gets himself into a police chase. So he loses control. He crashes his Jeep. Meg Foster's fine. Her character's fine. He gets taken to the hospital, and then they book him for being stupid, obviously. You don't see him again for the rest of the movie, which is kind of silly. But anyway, she's walking the beaches. The cops tell her, "Are you a runaway?" She says, "Yeah, but I'll be fine." She just walks the beaches, and he says, "Well, make sure you know where you're walking." She doesn't. She ends up on the coast, and that's someone's property. So the homeowner, played by Lawrence Harvey, I found out this is his last movie because he died shortly after from some sort of cancer. I don't forget which one it was. Lung cancer? I don't remember. Anyway, beside the point. He's a real creep. He and his pretends that he lives with his sister, but it's actually his like girlfriend or whatever. He tells everybody he meets and takes them to the house that he lives with his sister. It's not his sister. He's a little cuckoo, if you know what I mean. So he invites her in. They have dinner or whatever. She stays with him. And then one day she's in the basement and she sees him like butchering things. I think it was a person. She gets freaked out, so she leaves, and then she reports it to the police. The police don't believe her at all. They think she's just a drugged up hippie because of what happened earlier in the movie. And things get out of hand, and then the ending is the ending. Basically, they find out that he is what he is doing because he kills another lady that that is hanging out on shore. So. But yeah, and then the ending is just like, okay. I enjoyed the movie. I was entertained. I don't know if I'd watch it again. Meg Foster is great. I like her as an actress. You do get to see her topless in here a couple times, but that's beside the point. It's a fun movie. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'd watch it again though. I think that's one of her like early films too. And then the last one here was something I thought I would enjoy. One-time watch for me. This is a movie from 2015 called Intruder. I bought this used. It just has the Blu-ray. It doesn't have the DVD inside. I bought it secondhand from a rental store. Glad I did, because didn't enjoy it that much. Basically, it's from the director of the remake of Cabin Fever, Travis Z. I understand what he was going with here, but basically it's about it's a home invasion thriller. So this woman is home alone, and there's this random guy that's just hanging out in her apartment, like hiding from her. She's like oblivious to him. Like he's hiding in the closet. He's hiding under the bed. Just hiding in a different room. She at one point she thinks that someone's in the house, but she doesn't see him. And so she meets this guy who stays the night. Well, he ends up killing him and hides him under the bed. How can you not know that a dead body's in your house just by the smell? I guess that's out the window. But anyway. It was okay. You think the killer is Moby, the musician Moby, because it's her. He's the music teacher. She plays cello. She's trying to like graduate college or whatever with a degree. And he's a real dick to her throughout the movie. But he's not the killer. It's some other dude. Would I watch it again? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't watch it again. I mean, it's whatever. Moby's like very far from the person that he portrayed on screen for sure. So those are my watches for July 2025. Let me know if you've seen any of these and what you thought of them, or would you watch them? Yeah, please let me know. So you guys take care. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll be putting out something this week. I don't really have anything to show. I have three movies that I got that I didn't show off last week or this past week, but I'll show them off next week because I don't think I'll be going out much because I gotta pack all this stuff up. So fun times. So if you guys do see a video coming up, you might see empty shelves or no shelves because I gotta take these down. You might actually see these, the two here that I have, but a lot of stuff's already been packed up. So like the hallway's empty now. Yeah, I hate moving, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So take care. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye.